5 superfoods mixed with water that help rejuvenate blood vessels. After age 60, for more than 4 decades under the bright lights of the operating room, I held the scalpel and saved thousands of emergency cases, witnessing countless changes in the human body as it ages. I once believed I understood medicine better than anyone else, but when I entered my later years, something strange and quite frightening happened to me. I began to feel my legs grow heavy, as if weighed down by stones after each shift. My steps were no longer light, my blood seemed to circulate more slowly, and my body started to betray me. It no longer obeyed my will. That was when I realized, with shock, I was no longer the doctor standing over the operating table, observing patients. I had become one of them, an elderly person facing the decline of my own blood vessels. Unwilling to let aging defeat me, I conducted a bold experiment on my own body. Over many years, I tested more than 60 different powders, compounds, and herbal mixtures. Some were harmless but useless, while others even made things worse. But through all those failures, I eventually distilled a golden key. What I discovered may surprise you. After the age of 60, the problem is not simply drinking more water. It's about how to stimulate your blood vessels to respond properly to that water. As we age, our blood vessels become like old pipes, dry, stiff, and corroded. Plain water alone is not enough. In today's special video, I will reveal 5 incredibly simple and affordable ingredients that have the power to revive blood circulation. I've ranked them from effective to most effective, especially number 3, something I almost overlooked at first, but it turned out to be the miracle that made my legs feel light again. Before we begin, I have a small question. How old are you this year? I carefully read every comment and would love to know the age of those who are joining me on this journey. Now, without keeping you waiting any longer, let's start with ingredient number 5, the one that can change how your body feels in just a few minutes. Tip 5, lemon water with fresh ginger, activating nitric oxide. Now let's begin with the ingredient ranked at number 5. This is a combination that may feel very familiar in your kitchen, but modern medicine has proven that when used correctly, it becomes a powerful duo that helps revive blood circulation. That combination is lemon water and fresh ginger. Why can something as simple as lemon and ginger do what many expensive supplements cannot? First, let's talk about lemon. You already know that lemons are rich in vitamin C, but the key point is this. Vitamin C is an essential building block for your body to produce a remarkable molecule called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a traffic controller inside your blood vessels. When its levels are sufficient, it signals the blood vessels to relax and widen, allowing blood to flow freely all the way to your fingertips, toes, and even your brain. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people with adequate vitamin C intake had up to 23% higher nitric oxide availability than normal. After the age of 60, our bodies produce much less of this substance, which is why many older adults often experience cold hands and feet or declining memory. A proper glass of lemon water is like flipping the switch that restores this vessel-widening function. The second key component is fresh ginger. If lemon helps expand the pipes, ginger helps clean the flow. Ginger contains 2 powerful compounds, gingerol and shogaol. Scientists conducted a clinical study published in Thrombosis Research, showing that consuming fresh ginger reduced platelet aggregation by up to 19% after just 8 weeks. Simply put, ginger helps prevent your blood from becoming too thick or forming dangerous clots. When platelets don't stick together, blood flows more smoothly, reducing the heavy burden on your already hardworking heart. So how should you prepare this drink for maximum effectiveness? Prepare a large glass of water, about 300 to 400 milliliters. First, squeeze the juice of 1 fresh lemon into the glass. Next, take a piece of fresh ginger about 2.5 centimeters long, roughly the size of 1 finger joint. Peel it and slice it thinly. Important note, don't drink it immediately. Let the ginger soak in the lemon water for at least 15 minutes. This allows the active compounds in ginger to fully infuse into the water. If you want a stronger effect, you can grate the ginger instead of slicing it. The best time to drink, I recommend drinking this in the early morning on an empty stomach. Why? Because after a long night's sleep, your body is at its most dehydrated, and your digestive system is not yet busy processing food. This is when absorption of beneficial compounds is at its highest. If the ginger taste feels too strong at first, start with a smaller amount and gradually increase it over 1 to 2 weeks. The combination of vitamin C boosting nitric oxide and ginger preventing clot formation creates a synergistic effect, helping your body feel more alert and lighter from the very start of the day. Tip 4. Cucumber and mint water, strengthening blood vessel walls. Next, we move on to the ingredient ranked at number 4. If the lemon and ginger drink we just discussed brings warmth and intensity, then this tip offers a completely refreshing experience. At first glance, you might think this is just a typical detox drink often seen in luxury spas. However, behind its light and soothing appearance lies serious scientific evidence supporting its ability to protect the structure of blood vessels. This combination is cucumber and mint water. Why is this combination especially important for people over 60? First, let's talk about cucumber. Most people think cucumbers are just water, but in reality, they are rich in a compound called silica. In medical terms, silica acts like a building block for connective tissues, especially collagen within the walls of blood vessels. As we age, our blood vessels are no longer as flexible as new elastic bands. Instead, they become thinner, more fragile, and more prone to damage. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging showed that individuals who increased their silica intake improved arterial elasticity by up to 12% after just 12 weeks. When your blood vessels are more elastic, they help regulate blood pressure more effectively and deliver oxygen to organs more efficiently, significantly reducing symptoms like numbness and limb fatigue. The second component is mint. These small mint leaves contain a valuable natural compound called rosmarinic acid. This compound works as a natural vasodilator. When we are stressed or aging, our blood vessels tend to constrict, increasing the workload on the heart. Rosmarinic acid helps relax and widen blood vessels, allowing smoother blood flow. A study published in the respected medical journal Phytomedicine found that this compound reduced vascular resistance by up to 15% in older adults after just 2 weeks of regular use. When resistance decreases, the heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood through narrow pipes. How to prepare it for maximum effectiveness? First, take half a medium-sized cucumber. Important note, if possible, choose organic cucumber and do not peel it, because most of the valuable silica is concentrated in the outer green skin. Slice the cucumber thinly to increase its contact with water. Next, take about 10 to 12 fresh mint leaves. Instead of dropping them directly into the water, gently crush them in your palm or between your fingers. This simple step breaks the oil glands, releasing rosmarinic acid and the signature aroma into the water. Add everything into a jug of water, about 1 liter. You can let it infuse for at least 30 minutes before drinking. But from my experience, letting it sit overnight in the refrigerator will produce the highest concentration of active compounds and the best flavor. Doctor's advice, drink this throughout the day, aiming for at least 3 glasses daily. Consistency is key because your blood vessels need time to absorb silica and rebuild the elasticity lost over decades. Drinking cucumber and mint water every day is like quietly maintaining and reinforcing your body's blood vessel system. And now we move on to an even more powerful ingredient, one that modern cardiovascular medicine calls a true superfood for your bloodstream. Let's find out what number 3 is. Tip 3. Diluted beetroot juice, instantly boosting blood flow. Now we come to number 3, an ingredient I must admit, when I first started experimenting, I almost overlooked because it seemed too simple. However, after diving into clinical research and experiencing it firsthand, I realized this is one of the most powerful weapons for relieving heavy legs and restoring weakened blood vessels. That ingredient is diluted beetroot juice. In cardiovascular research over the past decade, beetroot is no longer just a food, it is considered a phenomenon. Why is that? The answer lies in its exceptionally high natural nitrate content. When you drink beetroot juice, a remarkable process begins. Nitrates are converted right from the mouth and stomach into nitric oxide. As mentioned earlier, nitric oxide is the key that opens up blood vessels. But what makes beetroot unique is its speed and intensity. A breakthrough study published in the medical journal Hypertension showed that just 3 hours after drinking beetroot juice, blood flow to the muscles increased by up to 20%. Imagine this: if you often feel your legs are heavy and tired, within just a few hours, these nitrates help widen the blood vessels in your legs, delivering oxygen-rich blood to every muscle fiber. Another study from the University of Exeter found that older adults who consume beetroot juice regularly for 2 weeks improved their exercise endurance by up to 16%. This is a remarkable improvement, helping you walk, climb stairs, or do household tasks without feeling breathless as before. However, the correct way for older adults to use it is not to drink it undiluted. Here's my key recommendation. Many people make the mistake of drinking a full glass of concentrated beetroot juice. After age 60, our stomachs tend to be more sensitive, and concentrated beetroot juice can cause nausea or discomfort. The medically recommended formula is: mix 100 milliliters of pure beetroot juice with 300 milliliters of water. This dilution provides two major benefits: protects the stomach, allows the digestive system to absorb nutrients gently. Stable absorption. Instead of delivering a sudden surge of nitrates, diluted juice allows gradual absorption, maintaining stable nitric oxide levels throughout the day. Best time to drink. You should drink this in the morning, ideally about 2 hours before physical activities such as walking or doing household chores. This is when nitrate conversion reaches its peak, allowing your circulatory system to function at its best. A small note so you don't worry. After drinking beetroot juice, your urine or stool may appear pink or red. Don't panic. This is not blood or a health issue. It is simply a natural pigment called betanin passing through your body. In fact, seeing this color is a sign that your body is effectively processing the active compounds. Beetroot truly is a miracle for your bloodstream, but don't look away just yet, because the next tip, number 2, targets a problem many people struggle with: numbness, coldness, and poor circulation in the fingertips and toes. Let's discover it next. Tip 2, warm water with cayenne pepper, the savior of microcirculation. Now we come to a tip that, just by hearing its name, might make some of you feel a bit hesitant or surprised. However, as a doctor, I can confidently say this is a true savior for microcirculation, especially for those who frequently suffer from cold, numb hands and feet or bruises that take a long time to heal. That is, warm water with cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is not the typical chili we use in everyday meals. In medicine, it contains a powerful compound called capsaicin. Most people think capsaicin simply creates a spicy taste, but in reality, it is one of the most potent natural vasodilators ever studied. Why do I call it the savior of microcirculation? Imagine that your vascular system doesn't only consist of large blood vessels, but also millions of tiny ones smaller than a strand of hair called capillaries. These are the vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients directly to each skin cell, fingertip, and toe. After the age of 60, these capillaries often become closed or weakened, leading to numbness, dull skin, and very slow wound healing. A clinical study published in Clinical Nutrition showed that individuals who consumed capsaicin daily for 4 weeks improved peripheral blood flow by up to 26%. Another study in the British Journal of Clinical Nutrition found a 31% increase in microcirculation. This means that blood not only flows faster, but also reaches the deepest and most distant areas of the body. How to prepare this special tonic? It's very simple, but you must follow the correct dosage. Prepare a large glass of warm water, about 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. Do not use boiling water, as it can reduce the effectiveness of the compounds. Next, add 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper powder. I repeat, just 1/8 teaspoon, a very small amount at the tip of the spoon. Stir well until fully dissolved. Why warm water? Warm water acts as a carrier, helping capsaicin absorb quickly through the stomach lining and enter the bloodstream. As soon as you drink it, you may feel a warm sensation spreading from your esophagus to your stomach and gradually reaching your fingertips. Doctor's recommended usage plan. Initial phase, drink 1/8 teaspoon once daily, ideally in the morning, about 30 minutes before meals. Adaptation phase, after about 2 weeks, once your body gets used to the warmth, you can gradually increase to 1/4 teaspoon. Small tip, if the taste feels too strong, you can add a few drops of lemon juice to soften the spiciness without reducing its effectiveness. Important note, because cayenne pepper strongly stimulates circulation, if you are currently taking blood-thinning medication prescribed by a doctor, you must consult your physician before trying this method. Safety always comes first. Cayenne pepper is truly a powerful circulatory stimulant, helping to wake up blood vessels that have been dormant for years. And now, we have reached the final part. The number one ingredient, the king of this list, is something that has amazed researchers with effects comparable to certain prescription medications for blood vessels. Are you ready to discover it? Tip 1. Cold brew hibiscus tea, the king of vascular health. And now, we've reached the top spot, the true king of all the ingredients I've carefully researched to help restore blood vessel health. This is a secret that has amazed cardiovascular researchers because its effectiveness is comparable, even equivalent to some prescription medications for vascular health. That is, cold brew hibiscus tea. Why does hibiscus, especially dried Hibiscus sabdariffa, rank number 1 on this list? The secret lies in its powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins and polyphenols. Imagine your blood vessels after the age of 60 as old water pipes filled with deposits and becoming stiff over time. The anthocyanins in hibiscus act like an elite cleaning crew, traveling through even the smallest vessels, removing plaque buildup and repairing damage to the endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels. A groundbreaking clinical trial published in the Journal of Human Hypertension followed participants with an average age of 65. The results showed that those who drank hibiscus tea daily for 6 weeks improved their blood vessel dilation by up to 44%. Additionally, another study published in Phytotherapy Research found that hibiscus extract reduced arterial stiffness by up to 17%. These numbers, 17% and 44%, are truly remarkable. They mean your legs, heart, and brain receive a smoother, richer blood supply, as if replacing old, worn-out pipes with new, highly elastic ones. But the most important factor that makes this method so effective lies in the preparation method, a detail most people get wrong. Most of us are used to brewing tea with hot water. However, with hibiscus, heat is the enemy. Science has shown that temperatures above 70 degrees Celsius can destroy a large portion of its valuable anthocyanins. To preserve its full benefits, you must use the cold brew method. The correct preparation method is as follows. Add 2 tablespoons of dried hibiscus petals into a glass container with about 1 liter of cold filtered water. Seal it tightly and place it in the refrigerator. Let it steep for at least 8 hours, ideally 12 hours, to fully extract all active compounds. In the morning, simply strain out the petals. The water will have a beautiful deep red color and a naturally tart flavor, similar to cranberries. You can drink 3 to 4 glasses throughout the day as a replacement for regular water. If it tastes too sour, you may add a little raw honey. Doctor's closing advice. The 5 tips I've shared today are not expensive and require no prescription, yet they are backed by solid scientific evidence. The difference between a declining body and a resilient one can sometimes come down to small daily habits like what you drink every day. Start with just one of these tips today. Listen to how your body responds and turn it into a habit of self-care. Your blood vessels have an incredible ability to recover if you give them the right ingredients. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe and share this video so we can build a community of healthy, happy seniors together. Wishing you a peaceful mind and a strong, healthy body.